Welcome everybody to Bitcoin Workshop's Meetup number 52. It has been 52 weeks in a row that we have been putting on this show, and we are proud of all of you for being open-minded week after week, participating inside something modern, new, advanced, and ahead of our time. And that's something that the Bitcoin Workshop and this club of over 1,000 people has grown to. And that's why we do this every single Thursday, is to grow our minds, grow our connections, and grow ourselves inside something that's bigger than ourselves, something that is coming through, pretty quickly here, and the future is changing right now. So Iran recently reported yesterday in the evening, we got a newsreel that they have taken Bitcoin to $24,000 recently, and they opened up the mining portion of the laws. So that was exciting to hear. So we've got a boost in the world economy of Bitcoin immediately as soon as it happened. It doesn't quite trickle over to Canada and our funds yet, but it will, and more of that will. So these are what we call pressure points on the crypto system, okay? Now, new people here tonight, you're not too familiar maybe with how the system works yet, what the point is, where the money comes from, all that good stuff, but we're going to teach you that, okay? And we're going to show you guys a few of the ninja moves that we do, and why we do it, how we do it, and that kind of thing. So tonight's an open forum. Throw in, tell us anything, ask good questions, let us know what you think of a particular website or project that we have up here. Throw up your hand, shout out something, don't be shy, okay? Some of the first things I want to talk about is my website, just to get that out of the way. I'd like you guys to take out your phones, if you could, and just pull my website up so that you guys can sign up on the forum, because I want to be able to email you the things about our convention and all these other really cool things, okay? So definitely go to this thing that says register on our website if you don't mind, and hit that button, and just put in your phone and your email tonight, just real quick, and then that way we can keep in touch with you. And we're not going to spam you. If anything, it's a once-a-week email, and it would just give you maybe the synopsis of what we're doing on Thursdays. We're also starting another night called Blockchain for Business, the BBC, and we are going to own the Monday night at the Met in the Calgary's Financial District. I'll be wearing my suit jacket, I'll look a little brapa, and we'll be doing a whole different type of night. That'll be bigger to business for blockchain. We'll be teaching people how to implement that, how to program that, how to develop a coin. We'll be implementing SafeCoin in their business model, hopefully, and a bunch of other wonderful, cool things. We're not even done yet. So I'm going to branch out myself and my energy to a whole nother night and take on another level, if you will, okay? Because I've done this now for 52 weeks, and you guys have seen this grow and so on, and this will start to take off with a lot more velocity. By Christmas time, we'll probably have to move back to Shanks, and we'll have 100 people in the room, 125 kind of thing, because it gets busy. So we're growing all the time with this stuff. But blockchain is definitely something more important than just the cryptocurrencies, and it's developing businesses out here. So we're going to get all over that real quick. Back to the website for a minute. Why do I have this? Why do I do this every Thursday? Well, I hope to sell you guys some Bitcoin. I also hope to buy the Bitcoin back from you. So dealing with me, you can buy cryptocurrency, and I will buy it back from you. You have a 100% refund to guarantee with working with me. And that's something I find cool, personalized, and VIP. Now we have rates for different amounts and budgets, and we're very adamant about supplying you with Bitcoin as a source capital to go out and do things everywhere. Exchanges, buying into coins, buying your ICOs, doing all those kinds of things. Just want to be clear. So you help me by coming out on Thursday nights and learning, and then by supporting some of the services that we offer. Becca was in for a 1-hour consult, or a couple hours anyway, and we had a lot of fun there. We got to go down a rabbit hole of ideas, and then we got to come back to Binance and learn some more skills together and stuff like that. She thoroughly enjoyed that. So you can come to our menu, and I encourage all of you to share even just the link with your friends, your homies. Take that link and share that and say, hey, I took this 1 hour with these guys, it really helped, or whatever, right? If you're thinking about crypto or saving into it or whatever, here's a link to my friend's website. Please push it around. Please be a friend that way and help us grow, because that's really the end result of all this, is giving the time so that we can get some business later. And we're being transparent about that. We're not being silly. The workshops themselves, these are discountable in value for you guys because you're part of the club. A lot of people look at this thing and see $2.99 for a half day or whatever, a workshop. we'll give you a deal. Jan will always give you guys a deal on anything you ask me about because I'm like that. That's how I work. So I love giving the VIP treatment to everyone and giving good deals on everything I sell, market, and do. So never be shy to ask me for a deal. It's okay. And we'll work something out. So, okay, keep it in mind. And I'm really good about money too. So if you want to pay me later, or half now and half later, or you want to do some in Bitcoin or Safecoin or however, I don't care. I'm really good like that. I'll give you JanSpeed credit. Everyone in this room can have credit on JanSpeed, okay, to a certain value with no credit app. And then beyond that, we got to talk. But anyway, just teasing and all that good stuff. So we do a full day training as well. So you can come into the dojo and we'll hold your hand and we'll train you top to bottom and we'll show you the ropes. Okay? Now in here we have things called resources. And resources to me are really important because I've been working with apps, I've been working with large sums of Bitcoin and monies, and I really need good quality software to do my business. So we've given you guys, for the new peeps, a nice assortment of awesome quality apps and things to use here. Jax is one of my favorite. Every single day I do Bitcoin sales and buys. And when I buy Bitcoin from someone, I always have them send it to my empty, clean Jax wallet. And there I take a screenshot, show them the value, and then we do our deal, and then we give them their money back kind of thing on whatever value that they're selling to us. And then vice versa. I use it as a touch point to sell. And I also use the tool to buy other cryptocurrencies. A lot of people don't understand how handy it is to go into that app and then quickly buy Ethereum with some Bitcoin money that's already in there, or quickly buy Dash or some of these other coins that we like. So it's just something that I promote a lot, and I like it, and it's been good to me for 52 weeks. So I'm pretty cool with that. IM Token is another nice wallet that everyone should have on their phone. It comes with Bitcoin and Ethereum now, which is handy too. But IM Token was like the pioneer of letting you have all these ICO tokens and ERC20 tokens that were not quite coins yet, and these kinds of things. And they were great for storage, conversion, and also when they go to mainnet or they do their fruition of such, these coins would always reflect value. So the wallet would keep up with all of those kinds of things. I really like it. Ethereum, my Ether wallet, that wallet itself is something a little more complicated and still simple, so it gets people thrown off a little bit. So talk to me and I'll help you with all of that. But we've got other wallets too, of course, and we'll show you some of those as well. But these are just some of the majors that we've done. Let's talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Does anyone know the difference, or does anyone have any opinion of the two? Like, does anyone have a question of such? Does anyone have anything? No? I like to refer to them, Bitcoin as like the Coca-Cola and Ethereum as the Pepsi, right? And I think that Coke is going to be everywhere around the world, just like we know, kind of the brand. And I also believe that Pepsi will be right behind it. And Ethereum, I think, will continue on. Recently, its baby child called Ethereum Classic is another coin that's come out from it. And I would encourage all of you to look at that project and also load up, because that one is going to be the second transport line for everything Ethereum related. Because what's happening is the Ethereum line is getting congested, and it's not moving as quick as they had anticipated, and it's got a lot of projects on there. So now everyone's moving the money movement down to Ethereum Classic's pipeline. And that's proving to be a lot better, okay? So keep that in mind. Here we go again with the mic. I think it's cutting out on me. Can you guys hear that? I got a spare. There we go, that might be better. Okay, any questions so far? Does anyone understand where we are and where we're going? Does anyone have any questions about the Bitcoin and where it started or that kind of thing? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Another thing that we love is the coin market cap, and I have flashcards coming of the top 25 coins here in coin market cap, and then I'm going to quiz you guys and give out t-shirts and all kinds of cool stuff with those. Those will be ready for next week. Hey Jason, come on in. But I care about this list. I'm what you call, kind of like a blue chip investor in crypto kind of thing, because I'm looking at the higher quality brands, and I'm all concerned with the top 15, and I'm heavy into the Bitcoin maximalist styles, and I'm all these things, but whatever you want to call it, who cares? The point is that I'm trying to go after good stuff, and I don't want to lose any money, right? I don't want to bet on any shit coins, and I don't want to make my, savings deplete and then have myself not, sitting pretty kind of thing. So I try to keep in the top spin of things and keep my eye on all of these things. I saw some really good blogs just this week talking about Stellar, coin number 6 here, and some of the accolades and advancements coming out from this one. I would encourage everybody in this room to pick up a little bit of that right now and take a minute even to write that down. It's at 21 cents US, and Stellar is definitely going to knock some socks off. So saddle up. I saw a great explanation of Cardano today too that's been floating out there as well. If Cardano just does even 10% of the miraculous stuff they're planning to do, it's going to be another hot sauce, and it's up 3.93% today. How many of you were watching Bitcoin last night falling 12% like a rock in an aquarium? Anybody? Yeah, I saw you. I watched you there. Poor Corey. He's watching the screen like a fishbowl, and he's just seeing the red, right? And he's just like, "Oh man, we're getting hit hard." Hey? Oh, that's okay.
I was laughing because I was getting discounts.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was parked watching. We got
That's awesome. Awesome thinking. Yeah. So he's one of the guys that started shopping as soon as he saw the red streak just kind of dropping, right? Shopping, dropping. He knows when to buy. Yeah, exactly. So shopping, dropping. That's how we do it around here.
Buy the fucking dip.
Yep, buy the dip. So it is that game. It really is. We're called Bitcoin investments and Bitcoin workshops for a reason, because we like investing inside crypto. We chose it as a savings tool. We chose it as an investment tool. Let me talk about the savings tool, because I don't think people really get it enough, and some of my friends really do. So they save from their paychecks every 2 weeks. And let's just give you all an example of how crypto could relate to just an everyday person that has an everyday job. Okay? So let's pretend the girls here at the Sushi Cowboys Casino, they're working the waitress job, and I'm a waitress, and I'm making minimum wage on my paycheck. Everyone knows the drill. It's terrible. And then I'm making tips. So don't forget to tip these lovely ladies. And so my tips are cash. What do I do with these things, right? I got to claim taxes and all this kind of stuff on it. Well, put some of that cash in the bank, I would say. As just, I'm not giving advice, but I would do this, right? I put some cash in the bank, and then I take some of that cash and I buy crypto. And I buy Bitcoin maybe every 2 weeks, every week. I would just buy crypto. And I would buy Bitcoin, and I would save into that. And I would use that cash, kind of lock it into the Bitcoin, and it would save inside that mechanism. Okay? And that's what I would do with that side money. How much is that? What's the budget? How much would you say? I can't give any advice like that, so that's always up to the person. That's just up to the person. But let's say this. The mechanism of that, the actual mindset of that, and the mechanism of the consistent, every week saving cash to crypto will make you a winner. How about that? How about that just for an outcome? Does anyone want to be a winner in this group? Please put up your hand. Does anyone want to win anyway? We'll just call it that. Winning? Yes? Okay, thank you. Good. I'm in the right room. Because if anyone wanted to be a loser and put up their hand, I'd be worried, okay? Nobody likes losing, and I would say that a lot of us in this room are probably risk takers more than our friends and family. So the riskier you are, the more winning moves you want to make. So back to that. Take some cash, put it into crypto. That's a winning move. That's how I feel about it. I could talk about this 52 Thursdays in a row. The second thing I want to break down just on the basics of basics again is the collection of coins. Get on it. Collect some. Pick one. Make it your baby. Study the project. I've said it last week. I'll say it again. Get coin collecting. You saw stamps being collected maybe when you were a kid by your grandparents. You saw coins being collected maybe by a crazy uncle with no hair. You have had all that in your family, let's say. What are you collecting? Are you collecting bicycles that have no value after a week or two? Or are you collecting crypto and you're going to build up equity and value in your lives in the future? So think of that, okay? Don't forget that. The second thing I want to reassure everybody is that crypto is here to stay. When we look at the web and we know how far it's grown, because we're all smart people, just imagine how much farther crypto is now going to grow. Just imagine what this looks like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Holy crap, I don't even know. It's going to be bananas, let's be honest, okay? And the web is continuing to grow. The velocity of the web is big, and we are just continuing to grow this kind of internet, digital, connected movement. Many of us in different age groups are still fascinated, flustered, left behind, and a bunch of other words. But many of us are smart, and we've taken the smartphone, the laptops, and everything else we've been given as tools, and we are kicking some ass. We're on Facebook Live, and we are directing things from the internet, beaming all the time. And this is how our lives have been. Every single day, I'm plugged in, and I bet you all are too. We've got laptops out here tonight and everything. We've got phones recording at 4K. The point is this is not going away. Everything's here to stay. And I want you guys to embrace the fact that crypto is the financial backbone of the web. And more and more companies are going to adopt it as a payment system, as an empowering system, as a voting system, etc. So real quick, just to recap, blockchain is at the core base of crypto. And I want you all to start studying a little bit more about blockchain in your lives. Read some news, go get some insight into that topic, and just learn that. Blockchain came out in 2008. Go ahead.
Can I just share? I'm reading the Blockchain Revolution book. If anyone's
Yes, good job.
It's so great. Like that book.
Is it on Amazon? I'll put it up here.
Yeah, it is. I think
Yep.
it's like $20.
No, I'll put it up here. Let's show everyone what you're
Yeah,
reading.
it's a really good book.
Love
that
this
sort of
part.
outlines like industries that are going to be affected by it, different types of like within a corporation, departments, and just how everything's going to be affected by blockchain.
Yep, that's exactly what people
Yeah,
want to know.
it's so
They want to know how it
fascinating.
pertains to business, right? And how does it apply?
Yeah,
and how does it
and all-
improve? And how does it fix?
Yeah.
All those things, right?
Everything. It just makes.
Here it is. Is this the one?
Yes, that's the one.
It's by Don Tapscott. So everyone listening on the podcast and checking in on Facebook Live, Becca is recommending everyone grab this book called Blockchain Revolution: How the Technology Behind Bitcoin is Changing Money, Business, and the World. And I think that is awesome.
Yeah, it's a good book.
What are you saying, Jason? You have it too?
Yeah, I read that book last year.
Okay,
Right
Jason.
now, the
What are you
authors-
reading?
The authors of that book have a project called blockchainresearchinstitute.org.
Okay.
Their current thing is, and that's their website, blockchainresearchinstitute.org.
blockchainresearchinstitute.org. I love it.
Yeah, they're working on a social contract as one of their projects, and they have working groups on all the industry-focused purpose builds.
We'll just pull that up for everybody if it comes up, if I spelled it right.
They jumped into both feet. They're not getting out. They're bringing a lot of clout, a lot of
Got two
expertise,
T's
and a lot of
instead of
resources in this whole space.
Yeah, I see it now.
You know, Bitcoin, not spelling.
Got it. There we go. So the Blockchain Research Institute, identifying applications for blockchain, and they're doing a definitive study on the whole thing. They launched it in 2017. So for those that don't know, blockchain supposedly, and I'm just going off what I learned, came out in 2008. And that would be 1 year before Bitcoin was launched in 2009. Okay? And Bitcoin's birthday is January 3rd. And everybody, mark your calendars. We're having a birthday party, the 10-year birthday party for Bitcoin, January 3rd and 4th. So we're throwing a shindig. You're all invited. Don't forget. And it's big time, right? It's a big deal to us, 10 years. And there's people that still are just embracing crypto, and it's been 10 years of Bitcoin already, and they just don't know that. They can't even believe that. Like, that just blows their lid. So here's a cool site. You guys do some checking on this one. Look at some of the memberships that have memberships in here. You've got FedEx and Interac and even the Ontario government and Cisco, Bell, big brands, IBM, Gowlings in there. So I believe some lawyers from Gowlings are speaking at our convention in October as well. I got to check with Ross on that, but I'm pretty sure that they are. And we've got a whole bunch of really cool people from business coming in. So if you guys like business lectures, definitely you're going to have to come to our crypto conventions in October here. And I'll just pull that website up so you guys can see what that is for the new peeps.
This
It's
whole blockchain
cryptoconventions.ca.
research thing is an interesting twist on crypto culture because it's so above board.
Above board? Okay.
It's so above board, yeah. Like, crypto culture was very always anti-establishment,
Yep.
and Blockchain Research Institute is quite the opposite. It's an open door for establishment.
Love it. Love it.
It's-
Open door is
Kind
the
of
future.
modernize all the legacy systems. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Like, I've been doing small business for years, and it's been an interesting journey through there. 18 years in a row, to be honest. And I own an agency and all this other stuff. And that's how I've been able to do a lot of the things that you've seen me do, is because I have a branding agency. That's where you come to my studio all the time and visit and that kind of thing. So back to business. I think that business is the reason we're doing all of these things. I think it's the reason, blockchain and all of this is going to have such velocity, because we all know that business has done a little bit poorly. And I had a great example of that today with Bank of Montreal and Interac. I was into both companies deep today, and I was all morning, 2 hours of phone calls and re-phone calls back to me and stuff, dealing with some things. And I will tell you all that we had emails coming back from Interac that said something. And when we were over here at Bank of Montreal testing the email truth, we were lied to. Like, it did not work. And they were shitting us. And it was amazing to see the disconnect between companies, database, and how much we trust these big corporations with our lives.
Yeah.
With our lives. Like our credit ratings and et cetera are all here at risk, held in some kind of weak hands, if you will. and we believe into this stuff. So keep in mind, like I went through 2 hours today of like, no problem for me. I'm a very calm person. I'm patient. I loved everyone on the phone. They actually worked really hard. But at the same time, my goodness, like why do we have this? Why do we need this? It was mind-blowing and excruciating. So back to the blockchain. That's why. More and more of businesses, banks, all these guys are going to adopt these systems and mechanisms, and it's going to improve our lives greatly. And we won't have to go through those 2-hour toll-free phone calls in the middle of a Thursday that we have no time for, and we're missing all the other calls of business coming in online too that we're not able to answer because we're hanging on to Bank of Montreal's bullshit. And welcome to the Matrix, you know what I mean? So you guys know all about those calls. I'm sure you've had them. So we're going to meet developers. We're going to meet miners. So $24,000 worth of Bitcoin in Iran because mining has opened up. Please, I know mining to some at the hobbyist level has become an incremental, tiny thing, but at the big level, it's still a giant monster and we need it. So please continue to mine. Talk to me about getting a miner and becoming part of the decentralized economy. I'd love you all to own a miner at your home and at least hold up the whole decentralized economy with me, because you're with me, and I'm holding it up too. We're going to have all kinds of investors come to this event. Okay, so if you guys are very interested in things illegal and a bunch of other aspects around all of the crypto money, definitely come out. The speakers are going to be very interesting. We have 16 of them, and Jason back there helped us with the menu and the topics that we're going through, okay? And the enthusiasts, and that's you guys. I know that you guys are all enthusiasts, and you make up a great part of that as well, so this is for you too, okay? So I encourage you to get your tickets. We only have 300 total to sell kind of thing, and then we're out. And we sold a whole whack already. Like even this week was brisk and busy, and we've got to get everything kind of wrapped up early so we know where we're headed here. So please take your time and check that out, okay? But just to recap, that Blockchain Revolution book, I will probably buy maybe like 10 copies, and then I'm going to start giving them out to everybody, okay? Based on your guys'. Both you and Jason have read that, so that tells me we should get some.
It doesn't have a lot of technical meat. It's very much...
But the average person probably doesn't want to go too technical. Would you agree, though?
The average person does not want to go too technical.
Okay, so this book does fit the bill, though, yes?
Yeah. If you're into
good.
business
Okay.
and the future.
That's the point. So there you go. So I'm going to get some. I'll buy a few, and then we'll give them out as prizes and things like that. So expect that from me in the future here. How many people here put up your hand if you're dealing with anything at work that's already talking about blockchain or any of this kind of thing? Has anyone at your business spoken this? Okay, great. So at least one person. Good. So they're talking, they're thinking. That's awesome. Yeah. So 1 out of 10, that's that 1% again, or whatever. It doesn't surprise me, or whatever, right? Or 1 out of 100. But
this is my work.
Well, yeah, you're already here at the blockchain work of everything, right? Okay, well, let's get back to the market for a minute. So we saw Bitcoin drop 12% yesterday. Does anybody have a secret magic ball at home to give us a theory as to why? Anybody put up your hand if you think why you think it happened or what you heard? Anybody? What'd you hear?
2 big reasons: large short and the Mt. Gox continued sell-off. Also, the reactivation of a large wallet that everyone thought was a dead wallet.
$800 million.
So tell us about those. Where did those monies go? One big chunk went to Binance. How much? It was a big chunk went to Binance and a big chunk went to Bittrex. That's what I heard from that dormant wallet. And it was probably on our top richest wallets of 100. We've probably scrolled by that wallet. Hey? Honestly, though, I'm sure we have.
Yeah, so the idea of
because it was in the upper echelon of funds there.
Is sometimes a person loses their private key.
Let's go there.
And they can't recover it. So sometimes Bitcoin storage gets locked away and no one will ever access it again. And sometimes it's just a person who has died and they didn't pass their cryptocurrency on to anybody. So nobody has the private key, and that's called the dead wallet. So everyone seemed to think that this wallet was a dead wallet because it's been so dormant for so long. And it sort of shocked the market that there's this much new liquidity and it started selling a lot really fast.
The website is bitinfocharts.com, and you can just Google top 100 richest Bitcoin addresses. You can Google that. Top 100 richest Bitcoin. Throw that in there, have a look. And right now, our top wallet of the world is the Bitfinex wallet. How many people trade on Bitfinex? Put up your hand. Anybody on Bitfinex? Me too. Yeah. I've got an exchange wallet there. How many people trade on Binance at number 2 at 1.1 billion? Oh, awesome. Me too. So Bitfinex is holding, I'm just going to round up. You guys don't care. 1.5 billion, okay, rounding up a bit. And Binance, is holding 1.1 billion, okay. And then Jason's wallet's in here at number 3 at 700 million. Good job, brother.
Thank you.
And then there's Jeff's wallet here at number 4 at SafeCoin at 641 million. Love it. I'm teasing right now. No, the number 3 was Bittrex, which, how many people have Bittrex? I do. How many people have Huobi? Huobi, H-U-O-B-I. Okay, cool. Bitstamp is number 5 at 640 million. So really the top wallets that are held out here, our money is the people's money, and it's in the wallets of these large exchanges. And we use these exchanges on a regular basis, right?
Question.
Go ahead.
So what these top 3, like what do they represent? Like besides
These are the funds that they have in holdings in their companies, in their main wallets.
and what the company's not doing anything.
Oh, they are so, yeah. Bitfinex, Binance, and Bittrex, all those ones, those are all exchanges. So people are constantly selling in and buying out. And we just had 2 big drops is what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I meant. So it's like
Yep.
a trading platform.
You bet they are, yeah. And they're taking it in,
Yeah.
and they're holding all that. Look at how much they're holding. And they've got that much to sell kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So technically, just awesome questions. Right now, Binance is holding $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin to sell. Like they're ready to go. Like it's like you get in there and you do big deals, they can supply. That kind of idea. And that's their purse right now, 1.1 billion. It's large. It's really large. So we move down here. On the right column here, you can see, and this is why this is blockchain. Let me just explain 2 seconds here too. So why it's on blockchain is this transparency. I'm teasing saying it's Jason's wallets and Jeff's and all that, but we don't know whose wallets they are unless they're labeled, and the ones that are labeled technically are usually exchanges. They're corporations and they're labeled as such. But all the other ones, we don't know if this is Becca's wallet or Corey's or whoever's, right? And there's a lot of money in these wallets. There's just a ton. And these are all the blockchain addresses. And that's another thing. Like any of you, listen to this. If I send you $100 of Bitcoin from me, you could take my blockchain address and then go copy and paste it in the blockchain info, and you can see how much money I have in my account, in my wallet of that choice. So let's say I send it from a wallet that had a grand in there, and I send you 100. You can see that I still have 900 left in there technically, and that's how transparent the blockchain is. So be careful, everybody, because it's not private. When you're dealing with Bitcoin like that, the deals are not private completely in that sense. So if I know it's Becca, she knows it's me, and I can check her wallet, we can do this to each other. Now, is that bad? Is that good? Well, it's part of the blockchain and it's part of the transparent nature of it. So some of us are naive and don't know that. But most of us should know this. Now, some of the other coins run on private, like even Bitcoin private, and that's what that means, is that you can't see that Jan sent you 100 and that Jan still had 900 left in there. Because those private coins do not allow the blockchain to view that data, if that makes sense, okay? Different coins and different steps of architecture inside the software allowing certain things. And there's more to all that whole idea of that, and we'll get into some of that in a minute, too.
You were saying you transfer like from a clean wallet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I constantly use a clean wallet all the time, you bet. So more to that, I have multiple wallets. So some people said to me, Jan, I thought you only needed one Bitcoin wallet. So yes, you do. You need one. But you need multiple ones as well, because you're going to do different kinds of business, different kinds of movement, and different kinds of things. So you should have exchange wallet, telephone wallet, maybe laptop wallets. So just keep that in mind, okay? This is not weird to have 4 kinds, okay?
Hardware wallet.
One offline wallet. Sorry, yeah, exactly. The Ledger or the Nano, and you can have your 100 grand worth of Bitcoin offline, which is a great idea. That's security. So let's just touch down on that. Bitcoin hasn't been hacked that badly lately, but Jeff can get into that later. But it's known to have already been hacked, okay, and it's improved greatly. So it's great now. Everything's cool. None of us in this room have lost 100K of Bitcoin yet, thank God. But some of the stuff is still hackable out here, okay? And SafeCoin is why they're our friends, because they have an unhackable version of crypto, and we love that, right? So anyway, let's blast out of here and keep going on our journey. When you look at all these wallets on here and you look at some of the movement, you can look in this column on the right and it says number of ins right here. 5414. So 5,414 ins on the Bitfinex wallet of Bitcoin. That is a lot of transactions. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, that trumps number 2 wallet by a long shot, because number 2 wallet has 173 ins, and that's Binance. So that tells me what? What does that tell us with numbers again? Volume. And that tells me that Bitfinex is pumping serious Bitcoin, like serious. And I don't know why, but I'm going to find out myself. Honestly, I'll tell you guys for next week, because I also have a suspicious feeling that maybe some of these larger institutions that are fronting Bitcoin purchases and such in America and things are probably using Bitfinex's basically values to back off of, right? So they're probably bringing a lot of funds into that situation there. I don't know, but I'm actually going to look into that myself and see why they have so many ins, and it trumps everything. Like, we're talking 5,414 number, right below it 173, 176, 201. Do you have any idea, Jason?
Yeah, Bitfinex has a trading pair directly to the US dollar.
There you go.
So
Trading pair connected to the US dollar.
To the US dollar, Bitfinex offers that.
Okay. There you go. There's possibly part of the secret right there. Trading pairs on the USD. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about where your wallet is? And would you like me to show you how to search anything? Take a look at this. CoinCheck. Okay, this is another company, CoinCheck, and they're on the web. They're an exchange. 5571 ins. So that's right up there with Bitfinex. Nothing else touches these two guys. So when I'm looking at coins and numbers and all this stuff, I'm always noticing some really high peak points. And then I always go and investigate why. Why are these companies or coins ripping just so far past everyone else in their league, everyone else in the association of such? Look at the Binance wallet on this one, though. 263,914 ins. Wow, that is monster. That's monster, and that is beyond all the other guys at the whatever 5,000 we're seeing or whatever. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Binance is still the reigning champion of the world, and it is. If you want to know what the number one exchange in the world where all the money goes, it's Binance. By hands down, it's again, that is already like, I don't know, 200x or more on everybody else. So keep that in mind. So you can go to my website on Bitcoin Workshops for all the new peeps. You can click the Binance link, and you can support and sign up and join the largest cryptocurrency exchange while you still can. Because eventually, I think that you're going to end up having to pay for a lot of this stuff. It's just my take on it. But get it now while the getting's good, and it's no charge on that sort of stuff. It's on my main page. I'll just rip down to it, and I'll show you a couple more affiliate things. But you guys can sign up for a few other things on here. And they are the following. So we've got Binance, Coinbase for the ones that like security and really boring, good quality software. Monaco for the credit card, which we're going to have another version of that soon, and we're going to partner with those guys here in Canada at Bitvo. Quadriga, painful, slow, friction, but tried and true. It still works for those of you. Vulture, that's where we rock all our masternodes on. So if you're going to roll a masternode with us, which some of you are and some of you still want to, we're going to set you up. We're going to run it on there. And Bills is out of Montreal, and it's a cool app where you can pay your cell phone and your Rogers bill and all that bullshit with crypto, and you don't have to fart around with your actual money. So it's kind of neat how that works too. So you can actually connect bills to it and actually pay it. We've got our news on there and different blogs, so that's pretty fun. And there's more sites to show you guys. So let's go to this new project that we're kind of in love with right now. It's called NICE. Is it nice.org? IO, okay. NICE is spelled funny, so it's spelled with a G. G-N-E-I-S-S. Yeah, and NICE is a type of rock. You got it. NICE is called the Global Network Encryption Investment Security Service, and I would encourage you guys to sign up here and also create an e-vault. And then we'll tell you more and more later of how this can affect your lives and what happens. But there's a lot of really cool things developing and evolving with this company. And we're at the forefront of some of those things. And we're also helping in some of the areas as well. But it is the first Ethereum blockchain smart contract manager that can build and integrate crypto coins and smart contracts for business. And these are really cool things. Even those that are created outside the network. So imagine the power of a digitized Wall Street marketplace all within your handheld device. And this stuff is real, okay? This is the trustless economy on steroids. So have a look at this project. We love it. We know the CEO obviously too, and we're always in connection with them on a weekly basis, and we're learning more and more about the project. So our job is to just show you guys cool things to look at, and this is definitely one of the cool things that we think you should be looking at, okay? I'm going to take a moment now to ask anyone in the audience to show me a website, because I'm always Mr. Show and Tell. Is there anyone that has a website that would like me to put something up, a name, anything? Search it. Come on, something, come on.
Anoncoin.
Okay, let's do it.
Anonfork.io.
Anonfork.io. Let's do it. Let's kill it. How many people have heard about the Anon coin? Put up your hand. Okay. That crazy guy, McAfee, how many of you have heard of him? The McAfee guy. He's on Twitter and all that sort of stuff. He's been, ranting about this, and he's a big fan of this. Okay, so his name's John McAfee, and he made that software originally that we hated on our PCs. That was always coming on, the McAfee virus thing. Hated that thing. It slowed everything down. It was a piece of shit. But anyway, so he went on to be this big mouth crypto guy, and he was poisoned recently because they wanted him out because he said the wrong things about some projects overseas. So that was creepy. You gotta be careful what you say. So we still love you, McAfee. We're just teasing. And anyway, so the Anon project. So it's with anonymity. Welcome to the name. Okay. Now, do we think this is going to be big? Yeah, we do. Do we think it's going to make some dough? Yeah, we do. And do we think it's got legs? Yeah, we do. So do your diligence, check it out. It's got some velocity, regardless of what everyone thinks. It definitely does, and it's got vision too. So it is going to be taking, the typical technology and the same old, I wouldn't say same old, but the same old trajectory that I see often and often is to take this technology and improve it, make it faster, better, and all these other awesome things that we've already seen deficiencies in. And we like that. So there's no doubt about being in technology where we're all over the fact that, hey, these guys are going to kill it. So how about some cool stuff? Real decentralization. Half of these companies, more than half, Jason knows this, are fronting like they're decentralized, fronting like they're blockchain, fronting on a lot of aspects, and they don't even have most of it in-house, built, back-end, apps, dApps, any of the stuff. So it's a lot of bullshit out there. But these guys want to be real decentralization, okay? True anonymity. So what does that mean to everybody? That means you can't be tracked. I know that Paul right there has a great love of not being tracked. So anonymity is a very big thing to him, and he's been on that. And then community-driven. And we're here tonight doing community. We come here every week to do community. And when you're community-driven, we like you, okay? And that's part of our credo and all that stuff. It's also got masternodes. Come on, sit down. Oh, thank you. That's for me. Awesome, brother. Pizza. We just got a gift of pizza, and that's always a good gift. Thanks, brother. So we've got masternodes, and we provide the ability to stake coins, incentivizing long-term holders and allowing for dividend-style returns. So part of Bitcoin investments, part of who you guys and girls are, you guys obviously like returns. So if you like projects that provide that, this is a great one as well. I'm going to be teaching Amir all about masternodes tomorrow and ongoing, and he's going to understand more and more of how to get passive income from this scenario and the dividends paid on a regular. And it's nice. And I'm going to tap into my project computer tonight for you all with the Cazo coin on there and stuff like that, and we'll see how we're doing. But I'm pretty sure we're kicking ass. And then we've got exchange support. So we've got a big network, blah, blah, blah. We all understand how an exchange works. And for the new people that don't, an exchange is a place where all of these coins, crypto ones, etc., are available for purchase, trade, and opportunity. And there's many, many exchanges, and I'm positive that we will not run out of any of them. And I'm also sure that we're going to get a whole bunch of useless ones and a bunch of all kinds of them. So tread lightly and do your diligence on where you spend your money and where you lock it in. So what are some of the disadvantages of some exchanges? Let me explain. Volumes of money. Some people are putting in 10 grand, okay? And then they can't even send it out. They can't send it out for 48 hours or till tomorrow morning or something like this. And all of a sudden, there's control over their crypto money, just like there is with our actual banking money. Interact caps us at 3 grand and all these things. So keep in mind, the exchange is a lot like the bank, and they're a little weird that way. So it's like you're not all in full control inside there. You're not all Johnny Rockets. You're actually being controlled by their systems and rules. So be careful with how much money you put into them and how you operate them. So some good rule of thumb that Jan does, I go into the exchange, I do my biz, I buy my Cardano coin, Ripple, whatever, then I export those coins out of my secure wallet, and I go back to the exchange later for future biz. Okay, I treat it like that style, okay, and I don't rely on it too heavily. Second thing of risk with an exchange, I've seen one guy specifically come to my office, shitting his pants, The exchange had locked him out of his Google 2FA. They shut, and he was just like, oh my God, like I have $100,000 in there, Jan. I'm an idiot. Like I got to get back in, like help me. So I helped him, blah, 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 support ticket, all this other stuff. We got back in, thank God. But that's the point. He was held ransom of his $100,000 of value. And that's not a good feeling, guys and girls. That is like stomachache 101. Okay, so keep that in mind. Transparency, very good. This is what this game is about. It's all about trust. We're in the trust economy. Go ahead.
What about decentralized exchange versus centralized?
What do you want to say about that?
Well,
The decentralized type is still burgeoning and coming up. The centralized is already here and thriving, right?
Right. The things you were describing were all characteristics of centralized exchanges, providing a custodial service.
You bet.
Decentralized exchange is more like laissez-faire market economy, where a person remains in control of their key pair. They enter a place where you can make bids and asks, but it's all done directly between participants with no custodial service. The issue with decentralized exchange, like you said, is it's still up and coming, and finding price equilibrium isn't as robust because the order book isn't full. Whereas on centralized exchanges, the order book, it has more bids and more asks, so price equilibrium, you tend to find better matches for buyers and sellers. On decentralized exchange, it's people overpay and underpay.
So there's a greater range in the values.
But this is only a matter of participation. If people pick the decentralized exchange to participate in as much as they do with the custodial service centralized exchange, then price equilibrium would the market would arrive at price discovery.
Okay, everyone
So,
understand that?
I want to drop that out there because I want to encourage everybody. Participate in decentralized exchange. It's the safest way to stay completely in control. And if more of us did it, then we would get past the one problem it has, which is the order book.
Which exchange do you use?
I like to use 0x. Ether Delta was pretty clunky all along, but Ether Delta was one of the original decentralized exchanges.
Was Robinhood? Wasn't Robinhood one of them?
No, common
Okay.
custodial service.
0x.
Yeah, they have their coin. It's similar to Binance coin. It's 0x.
Yeah. 0x. So, there it is. So it's 0x project, the protocol for trading tokens. You guys can do a little thing.
Same as District OS, or is that different?
Yeah, EOS has one called DEX-EOS. DEX is for decentralized exchange. EOS is for EOS. It's on the EOS blockchain.
DEX-EOS.io,
Yeah.
decentralized exchange based on EOS and Scatter.
Yeah.
So again, the advantages of the decentralized exchange are what? Full control of your value. Is it right?
Yeah, you're completely in control of your key pair.
Completely.
There is no custodial service.
Completely control of the price you want to set for your values, right?
Well, you're in control of that on centralized exchanges as well.
Yeah, you're right. Still playing into the game there. Okay, cool. The world premiere decentralized exchange on EOS. So DEXEOS.io. Write that down. Check that out, everyone. DEXEOS.io. And we also have 0xproject.com, powering decentralized exchange for everything. And I'm just going to flip back to the Anon coin for just a minute because I'm going to go over some stuff to teach you guys what I do. Why another fork? So first of all, I can explain forks, a little bit for you, but basically these things are a coin basically forks off another coin. And what does that mean? Well, they take all of the programming that coin had and they improve on that and they make their own and they come up with their own version. And it's based off of something. So just being layman's terms again, but it's based off of something. What's it based off of? Well, the coin that was kind of the host that they took it from. So people build off the Bitcoin platform. They build off Ethereum. You're privy to that. And then there's other platforms out there too. So don't be naive and think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only ones. Obviously, we hear about EOS on a weekly basis as well. And there's more and more as well. So keep that in mind. Okay? So when a coin does a fork, it's a big deal. So most of the times, let's say you're holding, let's just do some fun. Let's say you're holding $10,000 worth of Bitcoin in your wallet in Binance. Okay? You shouldn't be doing that, but you could be doing that, so whatever. Next thing you know, the Anon coin comes out on the Binance exchange, gets released, and you get 1-for-1 on your Bitcoin amounts with the fork. Put up your hand if you'd like $10,000 worth of another coin at no charge. Please. Then you're telling me that you're getting this. Because the $10,000 worth of Anon coin that you'll get for doing that is awesome. This is why you're in this business of cryptocurrency to begin with. Because of what? Coin collection. The mainstay of the point. You want to collect, I'll just say, as many coins as you want. As wealthy as you want to become. That's the point. So get on it and start collecting. Now, when forks come out, every one of you in this room should have what's on your forehead called the fork radar. Okay? Jeff in the room is on fork radar 101. So he just started laughing and chuckling there because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you need to be on fork radar if you want to make some forking dollars. Okay? All right? You like that one? So to get forking around, you've got to get on it. And I'm not joking. Like, the money is there for you. And again, some of us have different budgets than others. I'm a 10 grand kind of guy, to be honest. I'm shooting 10 over there, 10 this way, 10 around. So, 10,000 of Anon coming in on my 10K is good shit. And I'm not joking here. So I like it. And you guys can be the same, even if you're doing 1 grand, 500, whatever the hell your budget is, I don't care. But don't miss the opportunity. So again, forks are free money. So don't forking this out, okay? Please, get on it. Free tips. So, back to stuff. I see executive summary on here. That's new. Usually we stop with the white paper and we don't even get there, but that's cool too. I see team, okay? Listen to this. I have read so many websites along with Jason, Jeff, Corey. Kevin's not here tonight. Maybe many of you have read sites to see what the team's about. I don't really know. I can't tell you the truth that I could pick a team and go, oh shit, these guys are amazing. I know everything about every single person. It's actually kind of weirdly impossible, I think, okay? So I see SafeCoin. I know this guy. I'm getting to know him even more. I'm starting to realize, how this stuff operates, how CEOs of coin companies would work, just examples. And I'm realizing that to get intimate with something and a project is actually a really big deal. And let's just touch that for a minute. To get intimate, because it's your money. You're investing. So are you just throwing it around like a strip club kind of thing? Or are you going serious and getting involved and doing your diligence and getting your research and going hard on this stuff? So keep that in mind. And that's how I think about it too. And in the early days, 52 weeks ago, I was throwing money around like a donkey. I was putting 500 on this. Oh, it's bad. 500 on that. And I didn't know, where that was going to land, to be honest. And that's not the cool way to do it. But I was new, and I was just flailing around, winging it, and that's how some people do it. So don't do it like that, okay? Be calculated. So more to that, some of these people in these teams have come from other projects. And I want to just note that's a signature thing. So if you see that this gentleman on this team, particular in Anon, and you recognize him from, let's say, the Cardano project or the EOS project of such, or just anything in that relation, then you know a little bit more on the tip that these guys could be and should be successful. And one of the older guys that mentor me told me this long time ago, really simple stuff. He said, Jan, you need to bet on the driver, not just the horse. And if you want to be honest with yourself, you need to bet heavy on the driver and less on the horse. So 80-20, something like that. Because the driver is everything. The horse can fall down in the middle of the race. The horse can go left for water. The horse can do like weird shit. But the driver is always there to stay on course, and that's what you're betting on. So keep that in mind. And I've seen companies fail. We've seen shit coins. We've seen pump and dumps. We've seen scams. We've seen a lot of topics in the space in the 52 weeks so far, but we keep going, and there's good projects all around us. So that's what Thursdays is about too, is identifying those. So check this Anon out, okay? AnonFork.io. Their white paper is awesome, their team is awesome, and everything with them is actually on a 5 out of 5 for us. So we're all over it, okay? Anything else out there? Does anyone want to see something else? What do you got?
Okay. So you guys,
Go.
do you want to tell these guys how they can get Anon coin?
Well, of course I do. Of course I do. So first of all, we're going to take you right now to our favorite exchange called Safe.Trade. It's kind of a cool website, right? safe.trade. And right on here, you can buy Anon coin technically 48 hours before the rest of the world. And you can thank Jeff for that right there. So if you want to get in on something and make a little gravy, then lights on, okay? Come to safe.trade, sign up today, now, tonight, phones, laptops, get on it. And then get ready with whatever budget you feel like and get yourself some of the Anon coin, okay? And be 48 hours early on something rather than later. So just like any wholesale, retail, opening, this kind of idea, mentality, you're going to be 2 days early on the release of something going retail. So
What
keep
trade
that in
pairs
mind.
does it have?
Pardon?
What trade pairs does it have?
BTC and Safe, of course. Yep.
Yeah, so it's a Z-Class is a Bitcoin fork. So it'll be trade paired with Z-Classic and Bitcoin. We're
There you
also
go.
trade pair with SafeCoin, Bitcoin Private, Ethereum, all the majors basically. So when you're doing this, if you want to get it sooner than everyone else, which is highly recommended with forks, we are the only exchange in the world that offers it on the fork. So,
But if you're holding Bitcoin, then you get it on the fork.
yeah.
But it would make sense to buy it perhaps with Ethereum.
You can buy it with Ethereum or another pair, yeah. Basically, like, but if you want to be able to trade it right from, so it will be conceived on September 10th. When it exists, as soon as it exists, this will be the only place you can trade it. So,
Good for you, Jeff.
yeah.
It's a good thing.
Very exciting.
Thank you. So that's Jeff,
This is a
right
very
here in
good
Calgary, working hard internationally. That's an international move. You can't get that, locally. When he is going to hold on to the keys to Anon for the first 48 hours worldwide. So neat, very cool. And again, please sign up. Come on down to SafeCoin. Get yourself signed up here. Use your Google 2FA. So everybody on their cell phone will have to download the Google two-factor authenticator. Okay, you need that. And then when you have that, you'll log in and you'll get a code, and then it will give you a 6-digit code, and then you'll be able to log into your system. So for those of you that are new and don't know that, you need the Google two-factor authenticator on your phone, on your tablet, and get ready to rock and roll. Okay, SafeCoin is safe on the way in when you first sign up, and safe all the way through the experience as well. The exchange is open right now. You guys can throw Bitcoin into there. You can buy SafeCoin, you can buy Ravencoin, you can buy a host of other coins. And you can also vote. There's a voting tab there. You can vote in other coins of projects that you're in love with, your baby, your fave, whatever you want to call it. The company, as an entity, provides that decentralized, rewards and community and bring you in kind of aspect by voting. So it's cool. It's another step better than how we've done it already, right? So other ones are run by money and corruption and greed and force. This is more vote in and come on in and organic and people want you, that kind of thing.
Huobi and Binance both do sort of something like that. Huobi has a vote on a pretty regular basis for new listings. And
Huobi does, yeah.
Binance has something similar where they have they put up candidates and people who have
And then
accounts on
people-
Binance can vote for
Yep.
what pairings they want.
Cool. So again, they get feedback from the crowd, right?
Yeah.
And the crowd is the main thing, and that's the customer. I love it.
That's one of the things that brought us to the top. So the fact that SafeTrade does the same thing, that's an element of the recipe that works.
There you go. See? What's the element there? Empowering the crowd, right? Getting the opinion of the crowd. And what was that website that that other gentleman told was Masari or something like that? Does everyone remember that one? This was a website where the crowd is giving its, opinion and knowledge back without any what was the word we were? No bias, zero bias, right? So this is a zero bias situation. You okay? What happened? You spill your stuff?
I'll spill some water.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem.
This is a token curation market.
Okay.
The idea for this, and this applies to many topics, but token curation registry allows people. It's like prediction market, like Augur,
Yep.
where you can ask a question of the crowd and place a bounty on the answers.
We're going to be
The crowd
populating a lot about
answers.
SafePoint on here next.
Right, and then
Yeah.
the crowd answers, and when a person gives their answer, they stake their gamble so to speak, on how accurate their answer is. So
Cool.
you put your money where your mouth is.
Put your money where your mouth is. I love it. And is it crypto rewarded as well? Of course it is.
It's all crypto. So
Yes.
somebody asks a question and they place a bounty on the answer, and then somebody gives an answer and they place a gamble on the quality of their answer.
So cool. So cool. I love this. I love it. So yeah, go ahead.
I'm just new, so there's a difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, the speed at which you can do transactions. I know you guys are trading and stuff, but like, is that...
Yeah, Bitcoin Cash was a fork off of Bitcoin, just for sure. Okay, and recently we've had all kinds. So Bitcoin is turning into spawning all kinds of other brand offshoots. Bitcoin Cash at first came on the scene last August as the retail little brother. Like I was speaking about Ethereum Classic versus Ethereum earlier, same idea. And that's what Bitcoin Cash has become that way. Okay, so a lot of people have adopted it and things like that, but it really hasn't shown the market its true relevant value yet. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my question would be, sorry for my ignorance.
No, keep going. This is good stuff.
So, but if you went to buy something with the Bitcoin, doesn't it cost a lot more to do the transaction than it does with the Bitcoin?
No, it doesn't. And the speed is the same, roughly, just for layman's terms. This is roughly the same idea, same experience, okay? And the fees are not that different at all, no, but it may become that way, okay? It may be going that way, and it's supposed to be evolving that way, if that makes sense. So here's an analogy for you. I teach, treat the Bitcoin, BTC, like bars of gold, okay? Treat the ripples and the Dash coins like loonies and 5s and 10s in your wallet, okay? You know what I mean? So that idea, okay? So if Bitcoin is the bar of gold that we're saving into, then we'll spend other types of currencies. We may pull from the bars of gold in equity or values, but we'll keep saving in that regard. Does that make sense? Yeah, and treat it like that. So Bitcoin Cash, again, would be your retail money. Those are your hundies, you know what I mean? Those are your hundreds in your wallets kind of idea. But Bitcoin Cash wasn't designed like Bitcoin. It wasn't the gold, if that makes sense, right? It is a spending cash, and that's why it's called that too. Yeah, and that was our whole idea. So keep in mind too that every coin that floats around and does anything, whether it goes to an exchange, to your wallet or software or whatever, there's a little bit of gas money, a little bit of commission that comes off of all of that, okay? So the market, the network, and the people involved and everything is taking a little portion of that activity. So it's making money, okay? So to create a coin and have Bitcoin Cash going on doing retail, they're making money. The head office of that is making money from it, okay? Keep that in mind.
Well,
So
different cryptocurrencies compete on that. I mean, IOTA has different ways to form consensus. It doesn't have transaction fees. And EOS, same thing, no transaction fee.
So there are some cryptos that have no mechanism within their transactional process for acquiring any kind of profit or gas money or to keep their thing going. So they're going to get it in other ways.
So is there a difference between the decentralized and the centralized?
Mm-hmm. Decentralized seems to be more on the...
for exchange rates.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Some of them have still fees. Others are free. There's still like Robinhood is a free fee exchange kind of situation, right? So you can shop in all different variables there. So you can have some that have some fees, some that don't, and have different aspects of the money.
One last one.
Go ahead. No, this is great.
So how, if one exchange is charging and the other one isn't, the ones that are not, like, where's the revenue generated? Or is it just the way the coin's traded? Like, I'm kind of getting lost there. Like,
Me too. I don't own the exchange, so maybe Jeff could even answer this. But Jeff, if I were to open an exchange like yours, just saying safe trade, and I charge absolutely nothing for all the trades, am I making money? Is there a secret hidden door back there that no one sees? There's still a trickle of profit coming in so we can keep the site alive? Let's be honest. No? See?
You're not making any money there.
There you go.
Yeah, sometimes they make money on withdrawals, for instance. Like some
Yep.
people charge money.
So if we want to take the money out, there's a small fee for that. There's a small income there. Yeah.
And that way they actually get more money on the exchange, which is actually kind of dangerous, but helps volume. They get a lot of money from listings.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, Binance will charge over $1 million if you want to list your coin on there.
There you go.
We
That's
got
the
to,
answer.
yeah, so
It's a
we
listing fee.
applied to have SafeCoin go on Coinomi last week, and they replied and says you are approved, and we said thank you, we're very excited. And they said, yeah, that'll be 10 Bitcoins.
Oh, there it comes, right? The hidden whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad though. You know that's not bad.
That's cheap for the exchange listing. Yeah, just state of the market today.
Yeah, that's
Exchange
right.
listings are expensive, man.
They are. Very safe.
I want to just jump back for a sec to Messari. So it's MESSARI.io, and this is crypto's trusted data source. There's great news in here. High Times Magazine says it's accepting crypto payments for its IPO, and they've done an initial public offering with the U.S. government, SEC, legit, and all of that. Pretty cool. So those 420 fans out in the audience there, and you guys online, get on that High Times IPO. I would say for sure that one's going to make money at least for a bit. You can jump on that one and then jump off for sure.
Crypto
I know how.
are like this, man.
Oh, I know. But High Times has been out since the 70s. So if you want you want deep roots, you want a huge fan base, you want that voluminous behind it. My goodness, it has it. So a lot there. A lot of depth and a lot of wealth that can come from that. And again, we're investors. We're not in love with every project. We're just there to make money. So again, do we love marijuana and the 420 or not? Who cares? We know it's hot. We know it's popping. We jump on like a surfer. We make some money. We jump off. We put that money to other things. That's how this works. $1 billion of Bitcoins on the move, Jason. 100 million sent to exchanges. A very old Bitcoin address that is likely owned by the old Mt. Gox whale, which did not move its coin since it was funded on the second day of July 2011, has been splitting its 111,000 Bitcoins. 111,000 Bitcoins, my God.
The whole market thought it was dead.
Hey, unreal. In a smaller and smaller portions over the past 4 years, with 15,000 Bitcoins, 109 million recently ending up on Bitfinex, Binance, and 210 coins in BitMEX, according to unverified analysis. Pretty cool, man. I wish that was my wallet and you guys were shooting that all over the exchanges right now. The EU is going to adopt common cryptocurrency rules and reporting for ministers say. Swiss blockchain company gains regulator approval, seeks banking license. One of India's largest crypto exchanges cancels all Indian rupee crypto pairs. Wow, they're getting serious. Japanese customers can't use the new cryptocurrency on Line's messaging app. So now we've got, I'm going to talk about this a little bit here. We've got a messaging app that's working with crypto. We're going to move all of that online gaming, Sudoku, and all these things that people play is all going to have a crypto reward. Everything you guys have seen by now is all going to have a crypto turbo mechanism addition, and just get ready for it. When I see a messaging app talking about how they could push their funds through there, it's incredible, and this is not going to stop, and crypto is going to be the pipeline for all of this. Not Bank of Montreal and Scotiabank and some bullshit pipeline they've made. Not at all. It's going to go hard on crypto, and more software companies are not even going to fart around with any of the banks anymore. They're gone. They're passé, and they're in the rearview mirror. Goldman Sachs is ditching near-term plans to open a Bitcoin trading desk. Okay. We heard today that Donald Trump has appointed some new idiot in office, and they are going to open the ETFs or whatever, so that's not bad for us. We're loving that. But you know how this works in America. They've always got some new dude that they boot out, and then they're just like, okay, Johnny Walker's in today, and he's going to do what you all wanted, So it's pretty cool how they work down there. Podcasts, I've got some too, so you guys can search me on iTunes and on Podbean. Go ahead. There's the dark underbelly of cryptocurrency. Let me touch on this. We never talk about it. We try to stay on the positive side of the fence in our lives and everything we do. But there's a dark underbelly. People are buying guns with crypto, drugs, shipping stuff all around the world. And it's under investigation at all times. And it is constantly going on. And it's real. So I don't want you all to think it, be naive that it doesn't exist. It truly does. And people ask me at coffee, like, hey, do they really do Bitcoin and guns? And I'm like, yeah.
Not anymore. Nothing's
right?
Monero.
Monero is maybe taking over the highway of transport, right?
Yeah, no, the dark side is real.
I know, but I know we're joking all over this, but the dark side's real, and that's what I'm just trying to say. So don't be naive. How dark and how deep is it? I have no idea. I don't play there. I don't know. I don't sell even any T-shirts. There was one gentleman 10 workshops back that was selling T-shirts on the dark web for dark money, and I told him, quite frankly, we don't do that, and I don't think he ever came back. That's okay. But he had cool shirts, and it was all good. So Coinbase Pro announces trading for Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies in British pounds. So they've opened up their coffers and coins to UK. UK has a lot of money to spend, and you're going to see a lot more growth. Square in Canada, the copier of Coinbase, Square, is talking about us in Canada being able to transfer funds now from our RSPs and so on, and they're going to use this Blacktop or BlackRock or some company out of New York that had that other announcement with Starbucks. So if you guys remember in the news a few weeks back, there was, what were they called, Corey?
BlackRock, I'm pretty sure.
BlackRock or something. So they did a deal with Starbucks and a few others on a big crypto offering, and now our largest crypto entity in Canada, which is Square, has now been in talks with them. So this could be cool. You guys might be able to move money out of your RSPs. What are the other ones that we have? Those income savings plans, those, what is the other one?
The tax-free.
Yeah, the tax-free, yeah. The TFSAs, and a few other mechanisms. I think even RESPs. So anything wealth-related in that bubble should be released into the public to be able to participate in crypto, possibly through Coinbase if all of this stuff goes through.
I don't think it'll go to
not
registered
Coinbase.
investment products like the RESP
Okay,
or the RRSP or the TFSA.
sorry.
But I think it'll go to mutual funds.
Okay.
That person can trade.
Okay.
That's just a matter
So
of
things,
risk profile.
yeah, we'll see how it pans out. But things that are less secure is what you're saying, and not government
Yeah,
stamped.
no, yeah. The registered funds are for low risk things only.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to bounce out of here. So there's just lots, and you guys. Oh, rising costs trouble EOS developers who want to deploy dApps. So there you go, right?
That's
But
the
doesn't
bad
EOS
part.
have all the money in the world? Like, didn't they bring in the most?
On their ICO they brought in the most, but that just went to the team that developed it.
Okay.
And EOS has a strong market cap, but what that article is about is the bandwidth of the network. You have to stake some EOS tokens in order to use the network. And so what you're doing is you're staking RAM, random access memory.
Yep, RAM.
Right? And
So we're staking RAM.
They use the Bancor protocol to price RAM. There's only a certain amount of RAM available, and as the RAM supply starts getting chewed up, then the price goes up exponentially.
Okay.
So while people are using the network a lot, then the price of using the network can go up, and it can go up real fast. And this happened when the network was new. The Bancor protocol got a little out of hand, and the price of a megabyte was about $4 million worth of EOS. It was completely ridiculous. You can rent that much RAM on the cloud for about $5 a month.
Holy.
So I mean that's the price disparity, right? But the thing about it is that when you use RAM on EOS, you don't buy it. You stake a coin for it. So it's kind of like a deposit on a beer bottle, where you put your money down, but as soon as you're done using the RAM, then you take your money out.
Love it. So it's a kind of like a little loan on it for a minute, and then away we go, right?
Yeah,
and then we
you
get
still-
the money
you
back
still
kind of
own
thing.
the EOS
Little deposit
stake
and
to
then
the
back out
network.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm logging into Bittrex for y'all because I don't think we've done that in a while, and I want to show you guys just what the trading looks like and stuff like that tonight. Why not? We haven't done that in a minute. I just got to get into my email because it's already booting me out. So I've used the Google 2FA here.
That's an old article though. EOS is a solution for the RAM market.
Love it. So eventually they won't be robbing RAM, and they'll be using that random amount of memory that they need, let's say, some other way, right? They're going to use the host computer or the phone and stuff, I'm sure. Find a way.
Yeah, the block producers are consistently increasing the amount of RAM, for one thing, and we're doing a referendum coming up soon about something called REX, which is RAM exchange, where a person can stake RAM and then, because they know they're going to need RAM persistently, but whenever they're not, they can rent it out in little tiny chunks, and that makes the rental fee or the rental cost of RAM really, really low.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All about tech. So let me say this. This is all software. This is all software. This is all technology. This is all logins, passwords. How many of you are still waiting for the most miraculous answer to passwords? Anybody? Put up your hand. Do we hate passwords yet and logins? I hate them. There's so many. There's so many ways to get in. I kind of like the Google Authenticator. To be honest, if I just had the account and it just always gave me a fresh new number to type in, I wouldn't even mind that. That's actually not bad.
There's a facial identification coin that I'm investigating.
Cool. Can't wait to get some of that. So now I'm logged in, and I'm logged into Bittrex, and we can make some money together tonight. So any tips? Anybody want to see a play? Let's see how much we have in our wallet. We might have some money here. Let me just find out. I'm not sure. I haven't logged in here in a while. we have $6,584 in here. So there you go. I got 1.01 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so we got 6,500 in USD in there. And what do we got it on? You'll see all the items that are in this wallet right here. So let's just go take a peek, because I haven't logged in here in a bit. But what we're looking at here started with $250. So we started with nothing, and we're at $6,584. And I know this has been like in the 20,000 range at times too, just because everything's low right now. But we've got some cool stuff, and let's go look at all the coins that we have. So we've got Sia Coin, SC. We've got Red Coin, RDD. We've got Tron, TRX. Verge, XVG. Lumen, XLM. Digibyte, DGB. Cardano, ADA. NEM, XEM. Golem, GNT. Polymath, Poly. Civic, CVC. Steam, PIVX, PIVX. OMCGO, OMG, oh my God. Bitcoin Gold, BTG. NEO, NEO. Litecoin, LTC. Bitcoin, BTC. Dogecoin, DOGE. And Vertcoin, VTC. So there you go. So just a bunch of odd and whatever we've got in our wallet kind of thing. But we're a little bit invested in some of these. And I think I did this back in April. So I was just doing a little bit of buying and such back in April. So we're already in what? We're in September. And I probably haven't logged into that and looked at that since April. Yeah, so there you go. So I just leave these things in here. I started this account with $250. I'm at $6,500 US. And I'm in the shittiest part of most of the market right now. So we'll touch base with this account again maybe around December, and we'll probably see that $6,000 around 50,000. So you guys will be shocked to see that in a minute. And that also started at 250. So you'll see that. So a lot of people talk a lot of shit in the space, but others don't know what they're doing and all that. So I'm proving to you guys in this little exercise that I do know what I'm doing, and I've made money, and I've started something at such a minuscule amount of budget and grown it, and it will grow even further than this. And this is just some simple choices and decisions that I've made on some of the better projects and coins that we'll say that are out there. So put up your hand right now.
When did you start this again?
Back in April. Put up your hand if you would like to take $250 Canadian and turn it to $6,500 US. Anybody? Just asking. Okay, cool. You guys are the right guys again with me. Thank you for being here. So you get it now, right? You see that? And this is truth. I'm not lying. This is my real shit. It's right here. I have nothing to lie about, you know. So I'll shock you guys even more. And I can't access it right now because Brad Nixon has the logins for that. And I'm hoping he's watching there. Brad, get home. He's in Coeur d'Alene. But we have another login where I've done another schwack of investing with some investors' money. So we did some friends of mine. We did this thing. And we all got together and invested together. And if you guys ever want to talk about that with me, come on by for coffee. But we took some amounts of money, and I can't tell you exactly how much it was just yet, but it was, not a lot, maybe around the $100,000 mark, we'll just say that, and we are at 2.2 million right now in that account. Yeah, so 2.2 million, and that is not my money, that is our money, and that's part of my group and such, but we started around 100,000, and we were sitting at 2.2 right now, in the worst part, or low part of what we're doing. So I've been on the phone with Corey this week. We've been on LinkedIn. We've had all these wankers, tire kickers come talk sauce to us like crazy all the time, every week, just trying to hustle us. And I'm asking him, I'm like, tell them to show us the numbers. What have they done? Like, where's the money at? Like, did they make any yet? Are they shitting us? And then I'm like, I'm ready to show them. Tell them, I'll show them my cards. Let's go. Let's tell them. I'll show them the story. I'll tell them where we started, how many months it took. I'll tell them the truth. But I want to see what they got. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, you guys will find out that most of these people are talking shit, and they really haven't done anything with their dough, and they still haven't got it clicked in, and they're full of shit. And there's many people doing what I'm even doing, teaching people the wrong stuff, the wrong ways, and going down the wrong path. So please don't be one of those people. Come talk to me. I know all of you in this room could afford $100, session on workshop with us, and you could really be set up properly, even with such a small amount of money to set yourself straight, right? And if me proving to you that I could take $250 to $6,500 in a low market current price right now, if that's not enough proof, then I don't know what is. I don't want to call myself an expert because this whole business is full of weirdos and all that, but I'm doing something right. And I've been teaching 52 weeks in a row on purpose because I want to show you guys the love and the value, and I want every one of you right here, including that guy back there, to be successful inside this stuff. Like this is a place for all of you to really change your lives, make a difference, prove to yourselves that you guys got some knowledge or some skill or whatever it is to make some money. And I'll tell you more. I tried the stock market. I tried hiring a financial planner. I tried some real things. $6,000 a year I gave this guy at the bank that was an asshole that didn't even care about my shit. And I've blown past that guy in minutes when I'm in crypto. Minutes, kind of exaggerated, but you know what I mean? Like, wow, was I stupid or is that what everyone else is doing? I did what everyone else did. I don't know. And I changed my mind. So hopefully you all change your mind and you're all listening here on the podcast and you're going to change your mind about crypto and financials and realize that you can really win. You can win if you apply yourself, okay? And keep that in mind. And overall, we hold in the millions of Bitcoin as a group. ATM business, we have an over-the-counter sale. Some of you have bought Bitcoin and sold it to us. So there's around a $5 million float that we have as a group that sits there, and we are working it like a commodity. Okay, so keep that in mind too. And to amass that, I've had a lot of people come to me and want me to invest in real estate and hit me up with all this bullshit. I'm willing to invest, but it's got to be amazing. Okay, I'll keep you all. You bring anything you want to me, but I'll invest. But it has to be amazing, you know. And I have to run it through my team of researchers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm always open to listening. So back to the markets. You know, we're low right now. We're seeing some things, but we've got green over here in the percentage of change, and that's what you want. If you're going to hold a book of money, you want everything in the green like this. Okay, you don't want anything in the red. And if you've got reds, then you need to change up your game. Okay, you really do. And you shouldn't have any reds in the most case of the movement. Go ahead.
What we're looking at there is something I call the Bitcoin orbit, where the value of every cryptocurrency right now totally is
revolves around the orbit of Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah.
The price of Bitcoin determines the price of everything.
Yeah. All the altcoins attached. Yeah, for the moment.
And there's no fundamental justification for that.
No, and
other than liquidity pathways.
We're rolling with that now, and it's just kind of how it is. But with you, they will break away, right? We're going to see XLM and other projects, obviously EOS and all that, break away from the orbiting force of Bitcoin eventually. And that's what I'm hoping for, too.
Well, we'll see what gets universally accepted. The reason why there is a Bitcoin orbit is because Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that is universally accepted. Every exchange based on it. The ATMs are all based on it. Any country you go to in the world, if you want to do a trade pair for your state-sponsored national currency, Bitcoin is the first pairing. And so there isn't any other cryptocurrency that has that kind of universal acceptance, which is why the Bitcoin orbit exists.
I love it. It's the only relevant real currency in crypto, I feel, too. That's why I'm all over it. It is the best, though.
We'll see what other pairings arise, but when another currency
can match its velocity worldwide, we'll see.
Then,
you know,
yeah, if it can
even
achieve
Bitcoin
universal
Cash still
acceptance.
hasn't matched it. It only rode the coattails of Bitcoin to get it, but it never did it with respect. It never, forged through the ice and broke the international ice of the world together like this, right? You know what I mean? So Bitcoin Cash just kind of came out on a weaker stance, and is so much different than Bitcoin.
So I realize how the algorithms behind Bitcoin and stuff, like, is Bitcoin Cash mined too, or is it not?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's, like, using the same algorithms?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some of these are.
No. So they changed. There's even some other Bitcoins that came out on other algorithms. I saw that too, obviously, and that was weird. I don't understand why they did that, but I kind of know why. Because they couldn't get on the other networks. They couldn't get any respect there or any adoption and things like that, right?
So
they're trying.
So what is your? I mean, obviously you don't foresee anything, but what do you tend to see how the banks are going to try and manipulate this, or are you trying to keep them out of it?
Let's talk about manipulation for just a minute. There already is manipulation happening. Jason and I want to peacefully blow up all those manipulators' buildings because there's people in America that sell Bitcoin fakely.
Peacefully blow up the buildings.
Right? They're literally, though, they're selling people like a fake-ass, fake Bitcoin account, value item, money, something. and they're hedging it against some other events within their organization, but it's not what we're thinking, right? It's not the real Bitcoin. It's just fake paper Bitcoin that they've created in their investment firm, right? And they're trying to do the old thing where it's based on the following, but it really is or isn't, and no one does know, and they're keeping people in the gray. They're keeping people in the gray right now. And I think there is some manipulation already happening, and to the millions and millions of dollars, to be honest. I know there is.
That was my next question, because like if regulators let it onto the stock exchange, it would blow up in reality, right?
Absolutely. But it's hard to control something on the stock exchange per se when this is different and owned by the people and they're not really set up that way, right? In that sense, right?
Well,
Bitcoin's big enough to be its own exchange like it is, and it's already exchanging like that. Yeah.
My question was eventually getting to, I guess I didn't phrase it very well, but yeah, like is that the possibility in the end that corporations or the banking will try to push it onto the stock exchange, and you guys will try and I know it will send everybody's price up, and then it's out of your control.
It's hard to say. I don't know if we'll be fully legitimized and in full congruency with the banking system. It's still yet to be seen. But I don't think Bitcoin can be, just because of the way it's been developed, programmed, and such. So I think they'll have something else. They'll have like Bitcoin Bank, you know what I mean? And it will be a new pathway and mainnet and all these things that would make the banks happy, and it'll be something else. And people are saying that's going to be Ripple first anyway. So I think what you're thinking of banks, congruency, and all that will happen with crypto.
I'm with you. I don't want it.
It'll go through the Ripple platform before it'll go through the Bitcoin. And it can't go through Bitcoin anyway.
I can touch on that a little bit.
Go ahead.
So there's an analogy that Bitcoin is similar to a bar of gold, and a person can't go to their bank and deposit a bar of gold other than in a safety deposit box, but you can't make a deposit in a bar of gold. Doesn't mean it's not a good commodity and store of value. I don't expect that the banks will allow deposits of Bitcoin, and we don't need them to. And truthfully, the cash economy is it's anonymous to a certain extent, and it's decentralized to a certain extent. And I'll tell a story about this is happening in more than just India, but in India it's particularly acute. They're removing the cash economy and going to digital currency only.
Absolutely.
That is not good.
Yeah, a lot of people just lost their jobs. Yeah.
That's not
It's
good.
the wrong method. You have to have both. You need both.
The national currency, cash, is good. And we don't necessarily need the banks to accept Bitcoin in order to use it and do beautiful things with it. Having a national currency that we can use cash in, I think it's a nice compliment, and I expect it to consist. It's part of the future right there with crypto.
I'm going to jump over to Bittrex for a second. You got a question here? Go ahead.
Yeah, I got to go.
I know you do.
Two general questions. One's just a super general question, which everybody has their own opinion on. One is, when do you think the bottom will be on the Bitcoin price? And I got my own opinions, but just curious. That's one question.
I'm going to say we're in the range of the bottom action now. So we've seen the 12% drop yesterday and all that. We're in that zone of that. It's going to be within weeks, maybe months if such. But then we're going to end up feeling a lift, and you're going to see this thing take off like a rocket as well. So if you're contemplating getting in or buying more, watch it right now. Watch for the dips, and just be a sharp buyer. And talk to me if you want to get some quickly. We can do it with transaction to 15 minutes kind of thing. But definitely get on it now, because this is the season of where this is happening. Because this will be gone. This will not be the season eventually here. And you'll see how this progresses. Because I was here last year, and I saw basically the same things, and now I've got a full year of watching, and now we're seeing the same things happening again.
Yeah, I've heard comment like that. A few people think it'll bottom close to 5,000 at some point, but I mean that's give or take, right? So
Yeah.
it could be 5,500, it could be 4,800. But anyway, there's some stuff coming up in November or whatever that should potentially turn it around, but who knows?
November is the big month, the big pump month. It's gonna jump off there, and then obviously we'll want to continue into December and January like last year.
Yeah.
Right before Christmas was Bitcoin's highest point of the season. It was the 25K mark Canadian, 20,000 US.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think an ETF rule is necessary for it in the first place.
me neither.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to ask is, what do you think about hash rate? Like hash rate in August is almost doubled. So, for example, most large miners now are, you know, they're sucking wind in terms of their all-in costs are probably around 6,000 to 8,000 all-in. I'm talking about their operating costs. So,
Yep.
but the hash rate just keeps on growing, and if you look at mining companies in the stock market, they're just being hammered right now.
Yep.
But that should turn around.
So when you look at the mining companies in the stock market, they all went after Bitcoin, first of all, let's just say that. And they went, you know, all in on Bitcoin, and they were wrong in that. Like, I've done some consulting in mining already, some projects here in Alberta coming up, and we're going to do mining in a whole other way. We're going to break it down, do it in different pods, different coins, different values, different things, and we're going to, we'll do a kind of like a better based and balanced portfolio of mining. But mining is still very lucrative and still very fruitful as long as that your operating costs and your cost of that electricity are at a low rate. And in most cases, we're going to convert natural gas into 25 cents on the dollar as far as costs on electricity. So it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Companies like, you know, there are a couple of big ones like Hive, no one but GoGo. I mean, they could eventually turn around in the next.
They will turn around. Give them time. Give them time. They will turn around. Yeah, Bitcoin in the marketplace is turning around. So just give it time. We're still early in the game. So again, an investment in Hut, as long as they stay in business and they keep doing what they said they're going to do, is a good one.
They're not going away.
They're not going away.
Hash rate's not going down. It'll become more competitive.
We-
The only answer is a rise in token value.
Yeah, you have to have a rise in token value.
That's the only
That's the only thing that's going to make it work, right? Yeah.
We are going to give away all expenses paid trip to Medicine Hat to visit Hut 8 with us. We're going down, I know it's funny, we're going down with the magazine. We've been invited by the CEO of Hut 8, and we have room for one person from the club to come with us to the Hut 8 mining experience. And they're doing a grand opening, and they're launching their factory and all this other cool stuff. So we want to give this away to one of you guys and girls out here. So we're going to start that contest next week. Ross from the Crypto Culture magazine is in charge of that, not me. And he's formulating the flyer and all that good stuff right now. But years ago on Much Music, thank you for coming, thank you for everything, they would drive up to your house with the bus, and they're like, Becca, you won, girl, come on, we're going to see Drake, you know what I mean? They're like, no. So we want to be like that. We want to come to your house, pick you up, and bring you to Hut 8, Canada's largest mining facility, and maybe knock your socks off. Who knows, right? We'll see what happens. But that's what's up. So as of next week, we'll have this like entry form, and you guys can fill it in and jump in on this this Hut 8 thing. And it's a big event. Like, it's going to be cocktails and all kinds of love and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Hut8.com. This is called Hut8mining.com. So back to mining for a minute. I think every one of you should buy a Janspeed miner from me, and you should all participate in holding up the decentralized economy. And I'm just throwing my plug out there because that's what I do. But I really think you should. And I think that if you did get one, we would preload it with your wallets. We would preload it with SafeCoin. We would hook you up with whatever you want to mine for. And I think that you'd enjoy the experience just because of the overall participation of it. You got to go soon? Yeah? Do you want to come talk a little bit about BitMEX and shorting and stuff like that, and some of your experience? Okay, we got a special guest, Amir. He's going to come up. Come on up now. Let's just do it, because I know you guys want to roll. I want to hold you up. So Amir is one of my clients, one of my friends. He is in, Paul had asked before, I heard that you could get 100 Bitcoins on loan, right? And then we could leverage them, right? So right here, come on over here. This is one of those guys right here that leverages. I won't say he's taking the 100 Bitcoins, but he's definitely leveraging on the system. Okay? I'm going to pull it up on the screen and give you the mic. Don't be shy. Like a wedding. Talk to your homies.
All right, so I'm pretty new to this, so I'll tell you guys some of the strategies that I'm using and that's helping me. So basically what it is through BitMEX.
I'll help you just one second.
Yeah, through BitMEX, you can basically loan up to 100 times your money that you actually have. The more that you loan, the faster you can actually get your money liquidated. So let's say you get like 10 times your money, you can lose it actually 10 times quicker.
And that's what Jason was saying.
Yeah.
Be aware. Be careful.
Exactly. So a good way to make money off that is to minimize your risks and to make stop losses and stop profits. So I would personally stay away from anything that's over like 10x leverage, because I'm new to this, right? I'm just trying to learn.
He doesn't want to carry that much
I
debt
don't,
risk.
Exactly. I don't want to have too much debt risk and get liquidated. So I put on 10x and I put on 15% profit, I'm taking out. I'm not trying to stay in for like double
30, 40, 50%.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get greedy because that's how you lose it. 15% I'm out, and as soon as it goes under 10%, I'm out too. So I got a stop loss that stops me at 10%, and a stop gain that takes me out at 15%.
I'm going to pause you just for a minute. So what he's doing, he's got it at 0. He's saying, okay, Paul, I know you're listening. When the gains get up to 15%, he's saying, I'm good, I'm not greedy, let's take that profit off the table, and let's move on. He's also got the minimized loss risk set at 10%, so that his float, his 10K, 5K float, doesn't drop 10% below a value, or it doesn't trade anymore. Makes sense? So he's not losing money, it just pauses.
Exactly. And if I notice the trade just keeps going up and up, I'll just keep bringing up my stop loss. So I'll bring my stop loss to the same amount of my actual take profit. And then if it keeps going up, I'll just keep taking it up. And I'll keep it 10% lower than what it actually is.
Gently all the time, right? Incremental.
Yeah, because it's usually not going to drop faster than 10% quickly, right? So I like to stay 10% under.
What have you found? Is there patterns? Is there anything that you've seen time and time again yet?
So to be honest, I'm not an expert on that. I can't.
No, it's fine.
But I do follow a lot of people that give calls, and I take my own analysis. I look at the daily candles. I go through those daily candles, and I just stare at the chart for 2-3 hours. I see how it's playing, and then I'll make a trade. And like for example, today I traded at 64.50. It was at 64.50. I did a
right
long.
Now it's 64.90 anyway.
Yeah, I did a long because I had a feeling it's going to go up because it was going down and it kept going down. So I'm like, and there's a lot of shorts. So I'm like, if there's a lot of people shorting, there's going to be a whale that's going to come and try to buy everyone out. So I'm like, okay, there's a lot of shorts. Let me put a low risk trade because I'm not too sure, but I'll put a low risk trade at 6,400, and then or 64.50. At 64.50, I put that and I put a take profit at 65.15, and I took the profit. And I made like a quick $400.
Nice.
So,
off of what kind of a budget though? Like
and I put in about
like
$1,200.
So $1,200 float, and you made how much clear?
$400.
$400 off of $1,200. You like that?
Exactly.
That's decent.
And I couldn't have lost.
That's a good game.
I couldn't have lost
Really
more
good.
than 100.
Good job, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
No, keep going. Keep telling
Yeah,
us how you do
so
this.
that's basically like all I got for you guys. I'm pretty new to this.
Yep.
When I first started it, I lost a lot of money.
His mentality's been adjusting, okay? And that's how he's getting this dialed in. I'll call it dialing it in like an athlete. He's adjusting his mentality. He's putting his money where his thoughts are. He's taking some kind of outside advice. He's mashing that all together like a DJ. And then he's applying that theory to the system, to the game. And today we took $1,200 and gained $400. I find that impressive, and I know he's humble and he's new, but he's already got it. He's got this little intrinsic thing that he can bank on, and he feels pretty confident and proud of himself. Just saying for him, he does, and I'm proud of him too because he's risking, trying, and calculating these moves, and I love that stuff. Keep going. What else do you want to tell us?
So when I first started, I would do 100x and 50x trades, and I lost all the money I started with.
Too high of a goal, right?
It was way too high.
Way too high of a goal.
And I was stupid. I'd be making crazy profits, and I wouldn't put a stop loss. I'd do really, I wasn't thinking, right? So I'd be up like $2,000 on a trade, and I'd go to sleep, I woke up, and it's liquidated. That happened to me like 2 days ago. So I just woke up, and I'm like, you know what? No more taking stupid risks. I'm gonna start being calculated.
Dial it in.
I'm going to go using this formula that some people told me about, pull out at 15%, and pull out at 10% drop too.
So far so good though?
So far so good. I started yesterday, I've done it today, and I've had 2 successful days. So
nice.
I'm going to keep this going.
Give me 5, and thank you, brother, for that. Good job. Proud of you. Give this guy a hand, everybody. Come on. It's a real risk taker in the house right here. Crypto Risk 101. I'll see you tomorrow, too. And thanks for bringing your row tonight, too. We'll probably wrap up by 10 here anyway. We're at 9:35. But there you go, Paul. There's real life stuff. That's why you're in this club with us. Our homie right here is out there doing the 10X. I felt, and so did Jason, we warned you even at the studio, that 100X is a little dangerous, right? And we told him some good advice. Thank you, boys. Thank you. And I love how Amir brought it right down to 10X. He's like, guys, that 100X screwed me. Just shoot a little lower, go 10X, and stay within the confines of that, and you should be able to do okay. And he's doing fine right now. We heard it. Jeff, you're next. We're going to let you come up and talk a little bit about some changes to the website, to the trade, safe.trade, and just whatever else you want to yap about tonight. I know you got a couple things as always. You're never boring. And then we'll wrap it up after you. So come on up here. Jeff from SafePoint, everybody. Welcome.
Thanks, Jan.
Come on in.
Okay, I'm going to keep this really quick.
Oh yeah,
because,
take 10 minutes. Talk about it. You want to drive too? Let me slide over it. Hold on like this in front of the.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay, guys. I think most here know SafeCoin.
How many of you in the audience have got some SafePoint yet? Anybody? No, I have. I've got 145 of them now from mining it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm up to
Awesome.
145 from a few days ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan's helping us out.
0.1 BTC transfer to the exchange over by some form.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So there you
nice.
go.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Just the start. Just
Yeah.
the
That's
start.
smidgen, right? A smidgen.
So, yeah, sorry, I think most of you guys already know, but I'll tell you what's new. One thing is we all work really hard to actually have something new.
There's two new buttons on there. Last week we only had enter, by the way.
Yeah, so we are slowly building up the exchange. Our drop dead deadline, we're going to go with the official release. We're still calling this beta. Official release will be on Tuesday, and that is because on Tuesday a non-coin launches, which Jan was telling you guys about earlier. So basically what that is whoever here, if you have Bitcoin, how these forks work, or if you have Z Classic, if you have Bitcoin, you get free a non-coin. So there's no catch, you just get it, which is great. When these coins launch, there's an incredible amount of trading volume. So what we've done is we've set up the technology so that we can trade this right from the moment of launch. Typically, these coins take between 2 days to a week to launch, or to trade. So the coin will launch, and they'll show up on exchanges 2 to 5 days later, maybe 7 days. We're going to actually trade at the exact same day that it launches. So literally, if you have Bitcoin and you want a free coin, you can deposit your Bitcoin on SafeTrade and then just wait till 8 o'clock p.m. on September 10th, and you'll get free coins. So you'll have, in your account, you will see a section for a non-coin, and that money will just show up there. And you can trade it for anything on the exchange. You can withdraw it. You can do whatever you want. You can buy some SafeCoin with it. So literally, if you want to buy some SafeCoin, that's another way to do it, is you can literally just get free coins and then buy whatever you want with them. And generally speaking with forks, the first few days that coin trades is a very good time to do trades with that coin. So
Why? Let's elaborate. Come on. Why? Money making, profiting, what?
I think just generally on a coin launch, there's huge volume when the coin first launches.
Yeah.
So everybody knows about it.
So if I took $500, could I go, just to exaggerate, but could we go to $1,500? That would be weird, right? From $500 investment to $1,500 in a launch like that? 3 times?
I'm afraid to say it. I don't know.
But it could. Like I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it could.
I'm saying it could. So there you go. There's the advantage of
Like
why.
stock dividing or
Kind of. No, kind of. You're right about that. It's very much similar. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that. It's like a dividend, or not a dividend, but like a split. Like a split of shares. Yeah.
What they do is, so like Bitcoin, they've done, so Bitcoin Cash was the same format. Bitcoin Private, some of the coins we've talked about today and other days were made with the same model. So what happens is Bitcoin has private keys, or basically addresses. So everybody who holds Bitcoin has an address. What they do, now Bitcoin is completely public ledger. So what they do is they take a copy of everybody's addresses, and they basically say, if you have a Bitcoin address, you now have this coin as well. And they basically integrate the two, so you can plug your Bitcoin address into the add-on coin, and it will credit you for that Bitcoin amount. So you don't lose any Bitcoin. You don't lose any Bitcoin at all. You just get free coins.
Love it.
That's how Bitcoin
doesn't love
Cash
that?
was started. That's how Bitcoin Private was started. And the only way that you can trade it immediately will be on SafeTrade. So that's something we've worked very hard on, and it's kind of a big deal in crypto. So yeah, I'd recommend whatever you guys want to do, whether you believe in Anon or don't believe in Anon, very, very good time is to get it right from the beginning. You have lots of options as to what you want to do with it after that. So I'll stop there because it's late.
Yeah, jump back on. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for all that. And thanks for being a mole and getting in there early. Like, how do you even get a position on the pipeline like that is amazing, by the way. And that's networking internationally. This guy doesn't sleep. He stays up late. He's on that software called Discord. Corey's addicted to the same. And these guys will tell you that, their fingertips get really, really calloused, and their eyes do a little thing where they pop out of their head. And their girlfriends never see them, well, in this guy's case, rarely, but he knows why. And she supports because he's a busy beaver out there killing it, right? Making the safe trade happen. So that's what's up. Some of these things are developing because we're relentless and we're forging ahead. We still got 20 minutes. Jason, do you have anything to report on anything EOS for us? You want to take us down a rabbit hole for 2 minutes, or are we good, or what are you feeling tonight?
The reason I was late tonight is because I was in a study group for the EOS Constitution.
Okay.
There's still a lot of discussion with the governed blockchain, with EOS.
Yep.
There's a referendum coming up about the Constitution and about the type of arbitration that we want.
Okay.
So,
very governmental, eh? Very, very governing. We'll call it governing.
it's governed.
Yeah, it's so governed.
Yeah, it's a digital sovereign.
Here's the current EOS Constitution. So everyone that cares about this, and you should, get on the Reddit. So reddit.com is a serious website in the crypto sphere. Okay? And what are some of the websites in the crypto sphere? So just listen to me on this one. If you haven't become part of these things, you need to. I'm going to run down the list. You might want to write some of these down if you got your pen out. So you all need to join bitcointalk.org. Okay? bitcointalk.org. You all need to join reddit.com, R-E-D-D-I-T. You all need to join Discord, D-I-S-C-O-R-D, Discord. You all need to join Telegram. You all need to join Telegram, T-E-L-G-R-A-M. And then when you join Telegram, we'll add you to our chat room and our news feed. You all need to join, what else?
Medium.
Which?
Medium.
There you go, medium.com. Get a profile on there. We encourage you to join Steem, S-T-E-E-M, and you can get paid in Steem crypto for your posts, for your likes, and for other things. It's like Facebook paying you to actually like the baby pictures of your uncle's family. It's cool. And what else? What else should we join? You should join safe.trade, the exchange. You should join that tonight. Don't hesitate, everyone listening. And you should also join Binance, okay? I think it's important that you guys have that kind of an account. I think you should join the EOS project that you love. We have the EOS Nation, we have the EOS Cafe. What's the Beans one again, the site?
That's the EOS Cafe.
Oh, EOS Cafe, okay.
Yeah,
And the Calgary EOS is what?
EOS Calgary.
EOSCalgary.io or com or something to that effect, search it.
Well, I think their domain is eoscafecalgary.com.
eoscafecalgary.com. So there you go. Join them. Go over to Crypto Culture Magazine and join the newsletter there on Crypto Culture Magazine so you guys can be in the loop on our conventions and all the new things happening. The magazine itself has gone over another cultural overhaul, and we're not done yet. And we've just talked to some people in Toronto from the Chapters Indigo group, and they are going to come on board, and we are going to get a government grant of $50,000, I believe, a year to publish this magazine now. So if that all goes through, we're going to have to report back on our printing and our quantities and a bunch of other metrics. But they're willing to fund us, and we're also going to be distributed through the Rogers network of magazines. So you can actually have people download on the iPad and the tablets through Rogers magazines. The Chatelaine and a bunch of the Canadian publications are in there. We ordered, I'll have it here next Thursday, we ordered a Bitcoin magazine from the Netherlands. It cost $47 to get to Calgary for shipping. And you guys will see it. I'm going to pass it around too. And it's based on the whole crypto culture and such. It's pretty cool, actually. I already flipped through it. So I don't know if we're going to be similar or what, but our magazine's almost done. We're going to have a paper magazine. I believe it's 80 pages. And Jeff should let us know if he wants anything for SafeCoin in there. EOS Calgary should let us know if they want even a business card size ad in there. Please come on, help us sell some space too. and then Corey's on top of it too, and all of you guys, if you know anyone that wants to be part of this, let's go. But we're getting there, and I believe Crypto Culture Magazine is going to be speaking at the Blockchain Consortium or something like that, the ABC or YYC Blockchain. I think it's on September 27th. So the same night that we're going to do our Tower Night, we're going to end up rendezvousing with all of them. So we're going to go to the Calgary Tower on September 27th, and I'm paying for everybody to get in, so there's no cost to you. We're going to enjoy the Calgary Tower, the beauty of such and all that, and then we're going to leave the tower, and I'm going to take you all on a Jan Speed tour, and we're going to end up rendezvousing with the YYC Blockchain and a bunch of other things.
I'm presenting that night there.
There you go. So we're coming to see you. Get ready. I'm going to roll in with an entourage, and you guys are like, what the hell? You know? And Jan and his entourage showed up. That's what's going to happen. You guys are going to love us. So we're coming to get you, buddy. We're coming. Let's cheer you on. And Ross is speaking too. So 2 of our broskies from our club are going to come support, right?
Yeah.
So that Thursday the 27th is not here. It's a totally different night. Never done that before. It's our 1-year anniversary. I'm buying drinks and I'm buying passes and all that sort of stuff for everybody. It's my gift. It's all about the love. So yeah, we'll have videos, podcasts, more things. If any of you have ideas, if any of you have things you want to see in the videos, if any of you need help coaching and you want to learn how I took $500 and made some real money with it, please ask me. I want to say this too, if you're watching and you're on Facebook, you see how busy we are. I am always open. Jason texts me, I text him back for sure within 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes max. But Becca needs something, I text you back. You guys can talk to me anytime. Jeff does on Facebook. Pick your platform. I'm always open. I'm pretty much open 24/7 except for long weekends. And I'm ready to help you guys excel. So thanks for coming out tonight. Bitcoin number 52. We're going to shut her down. And we love you long time. Thanks, everybody. Good night.